carport, and looking up above the carport, a sun deck. But you know, all this requires a certain amount of maintenance over the years. Wood has got to be taken care of. Look at here how the fascia here is actually deteriorated with dry rot. And along the main beam here, the posts are getting really bad shape down at the bottom. In fact, you can tell that water is wicking up through from the underside off the concrete surface and up into the post itself. Sounds very shaky. Look at down here. In fact, it's so bad. Here the flashing, you see where water has been allowed to go in, run down on into the post. They've actually put a post here now to support this one because look at here. It's completely gone. So let's jack it up and get some new posts underneath here and make sure that it's going to be really well supported. Now this jack post, I just went down to the local rental outlet and picked myself up one just to rent because we won't be needing it for any more than just jacking up the post, removing the secondary post, and once we get the new one into place, we will have no more use for it. Now we're going to install the post saddle right in this location here to accept the bottom of the post. Now we'll have to mark center in order to receive the drill point to drill down so we can put the spindle now of the post saddle down into place. That way we can have it elevated just by the amount of the rim that you can see here on the bottom of the saddle. That way it keeps it up off the concrete. Now I'm going to use a hammer drill here with a 5/8 bit. The 5/8 bit is going to drill the center point into the concrete wall here to accept the pin on the saddle. Now being a hammer drill, I didn't have one of them. I rent them anytime I require them. In the rental outlet, they'll rent you cables and they'll rent you saws and drills. So always use the rental services. Now to put the pin into the hole, as you notice here, the pin has been kinked in order to give it some stability in the hole. So I'm going to use a 24-ounce hammer in order to put that into place. Now, which way do I put the saddle? With the open end out or the closed end out? Well, I'm going to put the closed end out, and the reason for that, because in the event if they ever do any finishing on the inside, say for example to close in the carport for garage, they're not going to be dealing with a metal plate on the inside. Okay, now we're this turning up in order to get level on the fall side of the deck. This is the wash-off side, or where the water is going to run off the deck. Now I'll take you around the corner and I'll show you the fall itself. Now you'll see here where the bubble is definitely off level. And I'll lift that up, and there you have the fall of the deck. And certainly adequate there, about 3/4 of an inch to run water. Okay, I've measured that 58 5/8 inches and strike it with a combination square and pencil. Now I'm going to go all the way around because the skill saw that I have is only 7 1/4 inches, so I'm not going to be able to cut right through the post. Even though I'm going to go around it quarter at a time, I'll use a handsaw to finish it off. Now this is treated post. It's pressure treated, meaning that it's going to give 40 years of life of any fungi growth and certainly stop any rotting concern. Now you might wonder, why did I buy a post so long when I only need not quite 5 feet? Well, the reason for that, standard lengths are 8 foot in 6x6 posts. But I'm going to use the rest for landscaping at a later time anyway, because it's all fungus proof and it's going to be great for in the ground. Now you'll see here the width of the saddle is 5 1/2 inches, the width of the post is 6 inches. So in order for the post to sit into the saddle, I'm going to have to take a 1/4 inch off either side of the post by the height of the post bracket itself, the saddle side. So I'm going to come up 1/4 inch by 2 inches along the side face here and trim that off with a skill saw, and then it'll sit right into place. You'll notice what I've done here. I've just ribbed it. The most important cut was the depth of the actual return on the saddle, and then the rest are just to make it easier for me to chisel out. Well, there we go. 1 down and 2 more to go along this retaining wall here, and we'll have it all finished up. Well, we got the 3 posts in place. good, sound carport now. Rented a few tools, but that didn't take too much. But now we got security when we put our vehicle in the carport.